What's up, everyone? Francis Ufamadu here, and this is Way to Work. My thoughts and recording on the way to work. Hope you're having a good one so far. Hope you're not wondering, what is he doing with his hands? Because I don't even know. Sometimes I like to do the guns just to show you I can. Whew, almost lost voice or breath on that one. Hope you're having a good one, like I said, though. Hope you're having a good one. Me, man, I just got one of these. What's this? The biggest problem with going to coffee shops, especially Starbucks, is I never know what I got the time before. I never go to coffee shops. So whenever I do and I have a chance, I'm always like, let me get a caramel. Like it's like a caramel thing with foam. They're like a frappuccino. I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying, ma'am. Just coffee, caramel, little foam, whatever it is. But I just got my first iced coffee today, and it is a caramel frap, light whip. It's a pretty good time. It's my first cold one, and I will say it gave me energy that I never realized I would have. So coffee's pretty cool, man. Coffee's pretty cool. Thanks, Starbucks. Thanks, Starbucks. Remember when Starbucks had that moment a couple years back? Ooh, bad luck, but I guess they bounced back. I guess time heals all. But I'm really here today, man, to talk about limitations, right? Talking about limitations that, one, you put yourself out there and are able to get outcomes that you weren't expecting. And two, putting expectations and putting yourself in a box for you not to think you can surpass limitations. If Vegeta put himself in a box, he would never continue to try to keep being stronger than Goku. Be like Vegeta today, bro. Be like Vegeta. But one thing I'm not good at is networking. Not that I can't talk to people, not that I can't, put myself out there and speak with people, get to know people, but I'm very protected and I'm very protective about myself. So I tend to not let people in that I don't know. But today I had an opportunity to meet up with a talented wedding photographer, and she was able to just meet with me. And this is one of the first creative networking events that I or events. Oh, you know what? It was one of the first creative networking events that I curated myself. And I asked her to get some coffee with me, hence the Starbucks, and it went great. It was fantastic. And now we have things set up and putting systems in place where we can help each other just grow our brand and grow ourselves in this industry of in the creative industry. And it's something very cool to come out on top of, because beforehand, I'll tell you this, man. Every time I set something up to put myself out there, I absolutely hate it. Up to the point of actually getting there. I dread even getting to certain places. I'll dread just putting myself out there in general, because laying in bed is a comfort for me. It's going to make me feel worse, but I know I'd much rather lay down and stay laying down in bed because that's just a comfort for me. But when I get uncomfortable, I still tend to not want to get uncomfortable. But after you get uncomfortable, go through the ordeal, find the outcome, and you just feel so powerful and strong, because it is so much better than laying down in bed. So it's an interesting thing to fight and face limitations. It's not easy. I don't know when the hesitation will leave me. I don't know when the urge to not want to follow through on things will leave me. But until then, I'm just going to keep following through until the habit is gone, and keep feeling like a monster after putting myself in an uncomfortable position. It's just not comfortable for me. And I can't let that stop me in my growth, because it's just not where I want to be in life. It's not where I want to go. And I'm blessed enough and have the opportunity to push myself and the ability to go out and push myself out there. And I can't let that go to waste, whether I want to or not. So it was just really cool to go through an uncomfortable limitation that I face. It was very cool to get the outcome that I wasn't expecting. But now it's like, I could use you here. I could use your help here. And I was like, oh, could you do this? And it was just like clink, 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 clink. Not, I don't like that word. It was just like bing, 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 bing. So much better. So much better. Bing, bing. We were just connecting the dots and everything was working out. And afterwards, mind you, it was a part of the coffee. Some of it was the coffee, but I just felt so energized after it because I knew there's a place in my heart that wanted to just stay home and lay down. There's a place in my heart that really just did not want to do something out of the ordinary for myself. And usually when I push past that limit and get a really cool outcome, it feels so good. And I just feel so powerful because it's like, again, you're just pushing a limit that you didn't believe you could do or didn't believe you had in yourself. And it's worth it. It's worth pushing those limits. It's worth finding out what you're able and willing to do for yourself. And it's something that you definitely need to put on yourself. I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is what you need to do. I'm just saying, it's very easy to put limitations on yourself without trying. And then all of a sudden you're not doing the thing that you wanted to do. And then all of a sudden you're feeling sad and you don't know why. It's because you put limitations on that one thing. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from a person who still deals with it. It's not an easy thing. It doesn't just go away, but the better route is to face it head on and go through it and then start feeling the gratitude that comes from the outcomes that you get and the outcomes that you receive. So if you find yourself wanting to do a change, right? For example, not drinking anymore. A lot of people will say this if you say you should stop drinking. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just know I can't do it. And instead of them realizing it's not that you can't, it's that you're not willing. And once you start using that and putting that into your repertoire, it's not that I can't, I'm just not willing. Your mind will start asking like, oh, you're not willing to be better? You're not willing to make better decisions? You're like, well, when you put it that way, I guess I am willing. That comes with time. It's not an easy thing. It's not a quick turnaround. You're going to have to stumble to what you're willing to do. But I think it's very important to stop putting the can't limitations on yourself because it is so dangerous to your growth. It is so detrimental to what you have for your potential. And it's just not something healthy for you to even put out there into your life, into your everyday living. So like, I haven't found myself saying can't often. I find myself saying I'm not willing. Oh, it's not that you can't. You can obviously do this thing. I'm just not willing. And then that turns into, oh, bro, you're not willing to do something that'll better you? If you talk to yourself like you a bitch, you gonna start doing shit. Don't be a bitch, bro. Oh, you're not willing to be better? Don't be a bitch, bro. But again, it's not going to get turned around quick. It's not a quick turnaround. That's the thing. No one's telling you to do things tomorrow type shit. It's just you start putting that energy into yourself so often, you're like, oh, you're not willing to be better? Okay, I mean, take your time, bro. You keep talking to yourself like that, shit, you're going to be like, hey, man, I am willing. And you're going to start pushing, man. So, prime example for me recently has been administration work. I absolutely hate administration work. So maybe a month ago, the things I'm doing now would have taken forever just because it just seemed like such a big ordeal, such a big task. But I'm getting better at knowing that I'm making it bigger than it is. And I'm getting better at just getting it done. Because obviously it's just something I don't want to do. It's not that I can't do it. I know I can do it. I've done it in school. I've done it in jobs. It's like, you know, you can do it, but now you have to do it for yourself. So just do it, you know, Nike. Whoa. But I will say, when you start doing things you don't want to do, when you start doing things that you feel like you were limited beforehand, or when you start to do things you didn't think you were able to accomplish, and start getting outcomes you weren't expecting. Let me take a sip of my caramel frappuccino. You're gonna start feeling like a monster. So keep pushing those limitations, keep pushing those boundaries for yourself, because you're only going to get a better outcome on the other end. It's tough. Like I said, the feeling and urges to avoid those things will never, I'm not going to say they'll never go away. I'll say I'm still dealing with them, but I still put myself out there. I still push it through, and it's been great. It's been awesome. And I think it's a highly, highly recommended thing to do for your personal growth. And avoid, you got to take can't out of your vocabulary, because it's just not realistic. It's just not real. It does not exist. Can't does not exist. Now, if you're talking about supernatural things like flying, yeah, you can't fly yet. I don't. I believe there was going to be a point where we get superpowers. I just believe that. But just, I feel like we are kind of conditioned to think that way, and it's something that needs to stop. Really telling yourself you can't is just so hindering to your person and to your being. So the next time you find yourself wanting to get better at something, explore something, it starts with you. If you want to give up on sugar, the first thing you should say is, I'm not willing to give up on sugar, opposed to saying I can't give up on sugar, because you can give up on sugar. But once you start saying I'm not willing enough, that I'm not willing and will start turning into, oh, you're not willing to do this? You're not willing to get better? And from there, you're going to start saying, well, I am willing. I am willing to get better. It is a process. It's a process. So just keep at it and do your best on that. But outside of that, man, I think I'm done talking. Just push those limitations. Don't be afraid. Shit, I always say don't be afraid, but just don't let fear stop you. Be courageous, because you can't be courageous without fear. So be courageous. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance. Take a chance. Gosh, oh, my mind. Just take a chance on yourself and go for it. All right. But y'all be beautiful. Y'all be blessed. I love you. This is Way to Work. Peace out.